Alright, y'all, it's been a week now, but here we are back with another trade recap video. Um, Last trade recap that I did, it was after I had accidentally blown three of my funded accounts by accidentally hitting sell again and doubling in on my position and walking away when I thought I was getting out. Because I was in sells, so in order to get out of sells, you got to hit buy. Um, but like a retard, I did not do that. So I didn't trade on a eval for a couple of days, just because I felt like if I did, I would just my mental wouldn't be right. I did trade on my personal account on take or not my personal account, but my funded account on take profit. One of the days, and I ended up having a really good day. I had like a 2K day on take profit, but my funded futures I want to be my main prop because I like them better. So I just started off. I bought one account. Um, Literally, I mean you can see here I have one in progress. I literally just bought one account. I normally try to get like you know two or three just double up. But yesterday we had some good trades on the NQ. First I want to go over we had a Jackson Hole meeting. They do this once every single year where the Fed chair goes in and talks about the economy and the labor force, and particularly this year, the big topic was interest rates. And Jerome Powell said something that kind of took a lot of investors by surprise, and he said that conditions, if they persist, it may warrant a shift in monetary policy, um, which is pretty much him saying that next FOMC meeting in September, there should be rate cuts unless something very, very, very unusual happens over the next couple of weeks here. So the reason I'm going over that is because of this fucking big ass green candle right here. And this is even crazier when you go down to the 5 minute chart and you realize that this candle did 260 points in 5 minutes and 365 points in 15 minutes. I mean, moves like that are just ridiculous. But I mean, obviously it was news, so I mean, I wasn't in a trade going into it. But I did take a couple of trades on NQ, and I just want to go over them. So the first one, I took a very small sized NQ short, which wasn't a good decision. Um, but I took that short, which ended up playing out. Right here. So we came up to this like 53.80 level, um, which is this previous support, previous resistance turned support. I was looking forward to turn into resistance again, and you know we were just coming off that news, and I entered like right up here. I entered at 69 actually. So I entered at this candle closure because it looked like we were going up and we wicked off of it and we closed a little bit weak. So I entered at this candle closure and then I ended up stopping up here at like 612, which was a big loss. I mean that was a 43 point loss, which is massive. I mean, I rarely ever take losses that big, but I took a trade right after a big news event, and that's what I get. Um, but I did want to go over the actual good setup the three good setups that I took, which was these right here. So this right here, this long, and the short first. After we had pumped up like this, and we wicked above, we reclaimed, we closed weak, got filled right here on this closure, and then we popped a little bit. It got filled at 70, and then rode it down, and we caught that trade right there. So, important to note here, we did. I mean, it was double the size. So I mean, this is only like a 26-point win, but I was only in the trade for 49 seconds and I made 500 bucks. This next trade was actually a really good trade. And so I'll show you guys why I got out of my short where I did. So right here, this is what I posted in the Discord. This is called the Fibonacci retracement tool, and it's great for on impulsive moves in order to catch a continuation of an uptrend. So what you do, I'll delete that real quick. You go over to the side, select the Fibonacci tool, drop it down to the swing low of that, and then when we redirect it up to the swing high. And on Fibonacci's, when you're catching a trend, the first area you want to look for a bounce is the 0.382 retracement, and then the 0.5, and then the golden pocket is the 0.618 to the 0.665. That's considered the golden pocket in the Fibonacci retracements, but that has nothing to do with what I'm doing right now. That's something that I'll go over in another time. But we also did have this big psychological number at 23,500, which pretty much correlated with this 0.3, this 38% Fibonacci retracement. And so I plotted this down, and I took this long right here off of that Fibonacci retracement level, and I sold it for 30 points. I sold it into like this candle closure, which was, I sold it before the candle closure. Honestly, like I sold it here like 5:30, and the only reason I sold it early was because we had sold off 130 points in like 5 minutes, and I was honestly just kind of spooked on the action, and so I took profit very early, and this trade ended up running 150 points. That could have passed the evaluation right there. This trade, I actually did not mean to exit. I may have made the same mistake. I may have hit. I'm not 100% sure what happened, but I mean, you can pretty much see here that I did not mean to exit this trade. I was in at 11. I exited at 11:52. 30. I exited at 11:52.34, and then re-entered at 11:52.43 because I realized that I exited the trade, and then I immediately got back in. This trade was right here. We had held this 23,600 psychological level a couple times, so when this candle closed weak, I took the short here, and then I ended up taking profit very early here at like 60 something because Trump was speaking just a couple minutes after I had entered the trade. So I actually exited a minute before Trump spoke because I didn't want to see another massive rip like this when I was in a trade. So I exited. It came out. Trump only spoke for like 5 minutes and he didn't say anything important. So I was looking for a re-entry. So I took profit into Trump speaking, and then I was looking for a re-entry. And after Trump was not speaking anymore, and so this is another thing that I did. I turned on my EMA indicators. EMA, I had the 8 EMA, which is this right here, which is going to be this blue line right here. And so when you're catching a trend, the EMAs are a great tool to use in order to catch either continuation in a trend or to keep stay in your position. And so here, once we broke below the 600, and now we're riding down this 9 EMA, or this 8 EMA, and then so we broke down a little bit. We popped back into the 8 EMA. I entered there at the very top of that candle. My entry was 23,565.25. The top of this candle was 23,567. So I mean, I literally top ticked it, and then sold for 33 points back into 23,538 for a profit of $313. So all in all, I took 1, 2, 3. This is one trade. I took 5 trades. This one I shouldn't have taken. This was a bad trade. I shouldn't have traded this one into news. This one I should have held better. I did not manage this one properly. This one was a good setup. I'll take it every single time. And this one was basically just a continuation. Like these 3 trades were basically the same trade, just different entries and exits. But so that's it for my trade recap today. If you guys have any questions, just go put it in the Discord and I will go over it. Um, I will do a Sunday watch list tomorrow. I'll put together a entire watch now because I mean this chart has changed significantly. I mean, like, we were in that downtrend. So now the only thing here is there's two different things that I can see playing out here, and that is a big ol' Head and Shoulders. If we can get a pop back into like 850 here at this level, we can get a pop back into like 23 850. We form a daily lower high and then continue and then break these levels. Man, that's going to be dangerous for the market. Like dangerous, dangerous for the market. But so I got that on watch, and then the other thing, honestly, is this daily is in a pretty big limbo point. Um, where we're pretty much in the form where this right here is either another higher low on the daily chart for another rip into all-time highs, or we flip this into a daily lower high for a continued move lower. Based on the news, I mean, I'd say we're more bullish, and I would say there's a higher chance of this being another higher low on the daily time frame. And yeah, I mean, let's check the. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird. We have a bearish divergence and a bullish divergence. That's weird. That's very very weird. Not that you guys even know what that is, but yeah, this is my trade recap. It does, I mean, it does have a little bit. It has like the topics were a little bit more advanced, and it does kind of just go to show how much of trading is just experience and time spent in front of the charts. Um, and so no matter what, I can spoon feed you guys the most profitable strategy in the world. And if you guys don't know what you're looking at, it's not going to matter long term. So all I can recommend is just screen time, screen time, screen time, screen time. Keep grinding at it, and eventually it'll start to click. But yeah, that's it for today's recap, guys, and have a good weekend.